Benjamin is building a glass for a reptile display. The interior of the case is in the shape of a rectangular prism with the dimensions shown in the diagram. The total volume of the interior of the case is 198 cubic feet. What is the value of H? Okay, so first of all, we're going to go ahead and underline in red. I'll use red. You guys use your pencil. Underline the question because you always want to know what you're being asked to do. Okay, now in the problem, we have this rectangular prism that gave us our dimensions, 11 feet on the bottom, 2 feet wide, and we don't know how tall it is yet. And in the problem down here, it says that the total volume is 198 feet, cubic feet. So I'm going to go ahead and underline this to 198, or put a box around it. Go ahead and put a box around it, a better box than mine, okay? So now, since we're doing a geometry measurement question, and we're talking about the volume, we know that should trigger us to go to our reference sheet, which is a very valuable tool. Okay, so I'm going to go to my next page. And here we have a copy of the reference sheet. And if you look in the section that talks about volume, and then it gives you a picture of a rectangular prism, we're going to use this formula: the base, the width, and the height. Okay, so we have, I'm going to write it here, V equals BW H. In other words, volume equals base times the width times the height. And then what we would do from here is substitute all of our numbers with our variables here. Okay, they gave us V, they gave us the volume, which is 198. So I'm going to substitute V with 198. And then our base is 11. Our width is 2. And we're actually solving for H. So we're going to just put the H here. Okay? Now we just do the math. Well, order of operation, we have to multiply these. 11 times 2 is 22. And we just bring our H down. And then on this side, we're going to bring down our 198. Oh, that is an 8. Okay? Now, this actually becomes an equation. And to solve equations, you use inverse operation. In other words, the opposite of the operation. Well, in this particular one, we are multiplying 22 times H. So the opposite of multiplying 22 is dividing by 22. But with an equation, whatever you do on one side of the equal sign, you must do it on the other side to keep the equation balanced. Okay? So over here, these cancel out because 22 divided by 22 is simply 1. And we don't need to put the 1. And on this side, we have 198 divided by 22. Well, since 6th grade cannot use calculators, we're going to have to do a little long division. And we'll do it over here. Oh, okay, let me get my eraser. Okay. So I have 22 divided by 198. Okay? Now I know 22 cannot go into 1 and it cannot go into 19. So let me start here. I'm going to say, let's try 22 times 5. See what we get. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10 again, plus 1 is 11. Now, is that going to be enough? No. So let's say 22 times, I'll try 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 16 again, plus 1 is 17. Okay, I am getting a little closer. So let's do 9. 22 times 9. And you all should be doing this on your paper. Oh, I don't need that second one. So I have 9 times 2 is 18. 18 again plus 1 is 19, and that is the number I'm looking for. Yes. So 22 will go into 198 9 times. 198. I subtract, and I get a remainder of 0. Okay? So for our answer, it's going to be B, 9. And the last part of this is to put our answer in a complete sentence. Now, when you do that, you always use part of your question. Okay? So the question one more time says, what is the value of H? My sentence will be, and I'm going to do that in red. No, I'll do it in black. Be easier for y'all to see. The value of H is 198. And we are done.